Hello everyone. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to paint outside. I've got my table ready. I set it up for us to paint flowers outside. I got up really early today to have a little walk outside and see what flowers we have around. It's a muggy day in Australia. It's already warm and foggy in the morning. I'm just wandering around to see what kind of flowers we have around us. And I will pick one that we're gonna paint today. I find it really different to paint something from real life than from a photo that we have on the screen. You can actually see the real shapes and colors and the beauty of the flowers. I think it's really good if you can make time to go outside and just pay attention of those beautiful details that you have around you. Taking some relaxed time to go outside as an artist will improve your skill and knowledge, and it will definitely improve your painting ability. We do not have any flowers planted on this farm, so what I can find, it's really just wild flowers that grows around us. You will start to notice that even the tiniest flowers is beautiful. I decided to pick out these cute little yellow flowers. I think it's the simplest form and will be easy to paint for you beginners. Whenever I go outside, I always have my bag ready full of my art supplies. I fill it up with my favorite stuff that I often use. Since I will use pretty much the same painting equipments that I've been using on the last 4 tutorial videos, I wouldn't get too much detail into it. I will still mention it one by one. I'm using watercolor pencil to make a sketch. The line of watercolor pencil would dissolve with water when you put watercolor paint later on. The nice thing about painting real life is you can actually have really closer look of the detail of the object. I do not have a specific method to make a sketch, especially for this flower, because the shape is pretty simple. If you think about it, it's like a child drawing. You start with circles and then next you will draw the flower petals. And then you will draw sort of a dynamic or a curved line to draw the stem of the flower. You can also erase this pencil, by the way, if you make a mistake. So don't be afraid, there's no specific method to draw this, just follow your intuition. I think my sketch looks a little bit like a child drawing, but I think it's good enough. What do you think? Now I'm just getting my painting tools ready and lay it out around my table. I usually plan the colors that I will use in the beginning, so I just activate those colors that I will use. Meaning put a little bit of water on each pans and then just let the water dissolve the paint. I like to use dark yellow or mustard color for the first layer of the flower. The first layer is just simple really, you're just following the form of the flower petals. You don't need to be very neat or stay inside the sketch line because the sketch will dissolve anyway later on. As I wait for the first layer of the flower to be drying out, I will start to mix the green color to make the stem. I won't need that much colors because there are not much surface to color for the stem. So you basically just draw a long line following your sketch of the stem. I'm using the tip of the paintbrush to draw a thin line. And then you can just add a little bit of contrast on a few sides of the stem. Next, I will mix a little bit of brown and yellow to draw the center part of the flower. And I just basically make dots over and over to create a texture. What I love about watercolor is is the texture wouldn't be flat, so it's just following the water movement and the paint. And I think it's adding beauty to the painting. The second layer of the flower, you can use darker yellow. If you don't have darker yellow, you can add a little bit of brown on the yellow that you have. And you're just basically creating a shadow around the flower. You decide where the light coming from, and then you color the darker side of the flower. You can also use a clean brush to make gradation, meaning just add water to a clean brush and then just brush off the paint. And then you just repeat that process to the second flower. While waiting for that layer to dry out, I want to add a little bit more detail to the stem. So just adding shadows and contrast of the part below the flower or below the other stems. The center of the flower is now fully dry out, so I can add a little bit more detail onto it. I'm just adding short lines, kind of texture, so it creates a different kind of movement and texture in the center of the flower. And then finally, for the last touch, you can use darker yellow. I like to draw a very thin line on the outside of the flower to refine the shape of the flower. You can mix thin and thicker lines to add dynamic to the painting. And you can just have a look overall which detail you want to add. And again, you can see the actual flower to see the detail, and then you can just add it on your painting. Trust me, it will be so much different to paint from a real flower than from a photo. And then on the last touch, I like to add some kind of background around the flower. I just add a little bit of paint to some water and then sort of just smudge it all around the flowers. This will also help to erase the outline of the watercolor pencil that haven't been erased before, and just make the painting more like soft looking. And you can also add a little bit of texture if you like, so the painting will look watercolory. And that's it for today. We're done. What do you think of this painting? Do you like the result? Let me know which one do you like better, painting from real life object or painting flowers from photos. If you're a first timer using watercolor, I think this flower is very simple and very easy for you to follow. But if you want to learn more details about painting flower on more complicated flower form, you can check my recent videos. I have uploaded this far 4 flower tutorial videos. If you find this video useful, please do go to my channel and subscribe. Or maybe watch more videos. It will definitely give me the support that I need to keep making these tutorial videos for you. Let me know on the comment section below if you have any questions. I will do my best to help you out. I hope you are all making time to enjoy a beautiful day outside. If you just want to get on learning watercolors without having to worry on how to sketch flowers, you can just go onto my website. Thereon I have free sketches for you to download. You can just download them and print them on directly on watercolor papers, and you can just get on studying on your painting. Almost all the sketches that I upload on my website, I also already uploaded the tutorial videos on how to paint them. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time.